Soccer? Can't stand soccer. It's the least talented sport on earth.
We interrupt our program to bring you...
Now what it is and what it ain't, cause what it was nothing, man, we still getting paid. It's just the city boys. Ain't nothing but the city boys. Ain't nothing but the city boys.
Welcome to another episode. Is the intro usually that long? I was like waiting for her to go. Welcome to another episode of the City Boys Show.
What is up?
I'm Javier. This is Danny.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. When we last shot a pod, I thought we were winning the championship, bro. I thought life was good.
Vibes were high.
Colombia was going to win the World Cup. I was going to be able to travel to New Jersey without paying $150 to see a game.
There was going to be fan festivals all over the place.
I got a genius idea.
What's
talking
this?
about World Cups.
What's this?
We rode our bike to a preseason Jets game.
We did. We crossed the George Washington Bridge and made that whole path.
Okay. We become bike travel tour guides.
Ooh, that's actually pretty fire.
And then the World Cup bike tour.
Bro, I mean, first I like that idea, but I don't like that idea. Bro, we were going down some shady roads. You remember that?
Bro, it's better than these Europeans trying to cross the I-95.
That's a good point. But remember, I don't know if you remember, the George Washington Bridge closes, the pathway, the bike path closes at like 11 p.m. Remember, we were running back, so then we made it before it closed.
Bro, there's going to be mad day World Cup games. It'll be fine.
That's a good idea.
But the problem is we have to chaperone all the bikes while they're inside the game. So you and me are going to be watching the World Cup game on our phone, but we're going to be banking, bro.
No, actually, $100 a ticket, bro. A tour.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We add a couple of beers if people want to drink a beer on the way. I'm down for this.
Bro, almost better than tailgating. Because there is going to be no tailgating.
No tailgating. We are the experience.
Yo, I actually love that idea.
I really did too. I was going to text it to you, but I forgot. I know it's been a while for us guys. My wife was going through some stuff. She's getting better, thankfully. But I wanted to thank all you guys on YouTube, Instagram, and all the comments were like really lifted up the family, and I appreciate that. So, and you. Good job holding it down, bro. For that one pop. He's like, I'm going to keep this thing going. Who wants to be a guest that I'll never invite and I'll never shoot the pod with? It's going to be great.
Bro, I like hit up Polanco at the stadium. I talked to Halen. I saw the messages. I was like, yo, we doubt. Yeah, I can't do it. I can't do it by myself. Well, not even by myself. I can't even do it hitting up people. I get too nervous. I get scared.
Damn,
I don't got the studio in my house. Studio's here in your basement.
Yeah, this fly ass studio, my basement.
So sorry for not hitting you guys up. Not that I didn't want to do it with you. Just I'm a little bitch.
And sorry for not shooting the pod, guys. We're back.
Yes.
Let's hope we get some wins.
And we should bring those people who want to be hosts as guests.
Yes, if you want to be a guest on this show, you're more than welcome because nobody wants to listen to these two dummies. But I wanted to mention, and not to talk about only us, but we're going to only talk about us. We haven't won a game since you and me last shot a pod.
That's insane. That's why we're back. That's why we could have procrastinated another 2 months. Blamed it on the wifey, but no, we're back because we need a win urgently.
And because my wifey was a little dumb with me, she's like, "Please, just go back to the basement." All right, let's talk some soccer.
All right, soccer. Oh, do we have to?
Yeah,
that's the whole point of this pod. But it's been miserable lately.
Miserable.
Well, you know what? Before we get into crappy soccer, because it's been so long, the vibes at that Westchester FC game.
Fire,
that was
bro.
Fun, bro.
They took over the stadium. Did you see the Westchester supporters like bitching and like complaining like that we were being too loud and rambunctious?
Bro, that's what you want at a supporter.
I know. I feel
they're
like
so Westchester-y, rambunctious. Chill out.
Well, I think it was more like flares and burning down half their city. But no, we didn't even do that. But I'm over exaggerating. But I felt like it was a great time though.
But what I'm wondering is, is the small stadium. What Jansen said after the game, but when we were in a good mood with Jansen, he was like, "Yo, we'd play all our games at the stadium. Like this is a lot more fun."
Well, he said all Open Cup games.
Okay, all Open Cup games.
Yeah.
So he said, "I want to play all Open Cup games in the stadium." And my thought is the vibe, the intimacy that you had at the stadium, you don't get at Yankee Stadium. You don't get at Citi Field. And I really like that vibe. And I'm wondering, do we get that same vibe at the new stadium? Because it's smaller, because it only holds 25K. Is that closer to what we end up to? Or do we end up closer to Yankee Stadium, Citi Field?
Nah, I think you're definitely right. You're going to get that more intimate vibe. It's still not going to feel like that because that was crazy. Like you could hear the supporters right on top of where we were interviewing Pascal, and it was loud. So it's not going to be that intimate, but it's still going to feel like way smaller than Yankee Stadium. I just feel like everybody feels disconnected from each other. Like if you're in the supporter section, that's it. You're in the supporter section. If you're in the other side of the stadium, that's your... But with this stadium, you're gonna feel like everybody's close by. Like it's like when we're in Red Bull Arena, we might be sitting far in the press box, but we can hear the supporters super loud, and it feels like we're right there. So I think that's how it's gonna feel with NYCFC's new stadium.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be fire.
Yeah.
Where were we going with this though?
I just want to talk about the vibes. That was the only good game we've had in 6
vibes
games.
were good. And Los Templados hooked it up with. I got this backwards. My bad, guy. Hooked it up with stickers. Appreciate ya.
And he showed a flag, by the way. I don't know why he said stickers.
Oh, I said stickers. My bad. But we did update some stickers.
Yes.
People have been giving us stickers, and I haven't been updating, so I've been feeling
also,
terrible.
we got a Matt Free sticker. It doesn't look that big on this camera, but if you look here on my water bottle, here's the Matt Free sticker. And so
you
if
need
you want a sticker,
you need to go
come
back
get
to
us.
the bigger sizes, though, bro.
Bro, this is the same size.
That is not the same
Freeze
size.
is just a skinny man, homie. That's just the problem.
You telling me Matt Freeze is smaller than Tati Castellanos?
Castellanos and Matt Freeze are the same height. It's just a little skinnier, bro. It's the illustration.
Yo, add some more girth to my guy. But besides all the enjoyment of being a fan, the on-field performance hasn't been that.
It has not been.
Open Cup game was one of those games where it's like, oh, maybe we're bouncing back. Maybe this is the team that's going to be great, like the team we expect to be. And then it kind of fell down from there.
Yes. I mean, we were playing a second-tier team.
I know, but
so you couldn't put too much hopes on that.
Oh, you had an interesting thing. You know somebody who plays at Westchester. I thought this was interesting you mentioned.
Yeah. So I practice with Steven, who's a right back on Westchester SC. And right now he's injured, so he didn't play the game. But it was interesting. We were talking about it last week when we met up, and he said that the coach said, when you're playing a team that's so much better than you, right, a higher tier, what you're going to want to do is kind of play back, defend the goal, and then find the right counter. But that's like boring soccer. It can become very boring, and they knew that, and they were like, this is the most tickets we've sold. We want it to be entertaining, so just go play ball and try to score goals. And that's the performance we got, right? It was a 5-2 score line, but it was a fun 5-2. And like it just kept the teams engaged. So I thought that was cool. And then there were like the chances of us winning the entire thing are like minuscule. So might as well grow the fan base. I thought that was cool.
Would you go back to a Westchester game?
I was hyped. I had a great time, and I really want to go to another one.
But I think we had a great time because NYCFC won 5-2. I don't know if I would have that much fun of a time if it wasn't for NYCFC just being very fun to watch.
That's good. But I would say
Talis Magno's hat trick.
Oh, you know how much we love Talis Magno on this pod. When Talis Magno succeeded, we traveling everywhere for him. Also, the tacos were on point.
Oh, tacos were fire there.
Yeah,
but I hear the beer line, terrible.
They have so many food trucks. How was the line terrible? It was only 5,000 people.
No, but it was like only one truck had the capability to sell beer.
Oh,
yeah, that
sounds like we got to start a food truck.
Oh, you mean a beer truck?
Yeah, that's actually be pretty fire. Beer truck.
Okay, we biked to Westchester first, then we bike. How mad you thought that was a good idea? That was a terrible idea.
Oh, bro, we biked to Metlife, bring our beer truck outside the stadium,
and then sell to the people we just rode with.
Yes.
Yeah, FIFA's gonna like charge us $7 million to have a beer truck outside.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So we go off that game, we're feeling good, and then I mean we could talk about Charlotte. Kind of the storyline before the Westchester game, I felt like was we were playing well and just blowing leads.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt that way in Charlotte, and I felt that way in Cincinnati. But I think this Montreal game was a whole different story. I don't know if you agree with me. Do you agree with the premise that we've been playing good, but we just haven't been finishing games?
No, because we didn't score a goal in Charlotte. And so like
no, we did score a goal. It was
in
one.
Charlotte?
Yeah, it was 1-2. Remember, we blew the late lead. I mean, we didn't.
Oh,
blow it.
okay. Yeah,
That was
you're right.
in City Field.
I don't know. I this game, you know, we kind of made memes about it. You mentioned it on your clip, but I didn't see that as what. Like, why do you think we played well? I guess is my question.
No, I'm not saying this game. I'm saying in prior games we did play well.
But why do you think in Charlotte we played well?
Well, because statistically we were the better team. Like if you look at the stats, like we had more possession. We had 22 shots versus their 7.
Yeah.
Like we had more shots on target. So we were the more dangerous team with higher expected goals. And I felt like before that it was kind of the same story because we blew another lead in City Field. I forgot who the team was, but it would end up being a draw. Same thing. We were the more dominant team, and then we didn't finish them off.
Yeah.
So my whole thing is, before this last game, I felt like even though we were tying and not getting the results we wanted, we were still more dangerous. Oh, unless we play those higher tier teams, like the Vancouver Whitecaps, like the Inter Miamis. So like before this game, I thought, okay, we're not like an A-level tier team where you're going to have Nashville, Vancouver, all these really, really solid teams, but we are that B-level tier team that we can compete. But I'm just, with the inconsistency from this team, I'm starting to feel different about that.
Yeah.
Do you feel that way?
I agree with you. I think there's 2 like big storylines. Actually, I think there's 3 big storylines here. I think one, the storyline that's haunted us forever, which is not having a striker and also not having the finishing that comes with a striker. And I think that's the number one issue that's haunted this team for years. We kind of had a little bit of a relief with Alonso Martinez, but we're back on that boat. Who's the striker? Who's playing that position? How do you fill that in? Where do you get your goals from? Is just a storyline that I'm so sick of talking about, and a storyline that we have to continue talking about. I think secondarily, another
let's keep touching. Let's not leave that conversation,
okay,
but keep the second one in your head. Okay. So we go into this game and we're saying we don't have a striker, right? And Hannes Wolf cannot play this game.
Mm-hmm.
One thing.
Wait, just a second. When you're saying this game, we're talking about the game that we just played.
Yeah, sorry.
Against
who did we just play?
against Montreal. Yes.
So Hannes Wolf is out this game. Like Talles Magno's there, right?
Yes.
Like Talles Magno, I get, even if you're saying he's not like Pascal then says he's a 9, right? We see him more of as a 9. So Talles doesn't get in this game. Why doesn't Talles come in this game? And I think it's a bigger discussion because who is our number 9? Nico's our number 9. But if you're saying Talles can be that, why can't Nico play another spot?
Yes.
So this game was a perfect time to tinker with that. And we didn't do that. And we haven't really seen Talles Magno out there with the main guys. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's what's driving me crazy. Like, this was the game it could have happened because Hannes Wolf has an unfortunate injury.
Yes.
And then you put Farnos.
Yes.
The guy you just signed to a NYCFC 1 contract that day.
Yes.
How does that make sense? Like,
it doesn't make sense. And I think on that note, like, I think Pascal Janssen has to be like, I think there's more to the story. You mentioned it somewhere. I think it was a text message or something, but there's got to be more to the story of why Talles Magno isn't starting. Because yes, I understand in the beginning of the season, you said Talles Magno wants to be the starter or wants to be a striker, but we've seen Talles Magno be the most successful on this team in the left wing position. And what was happening in this game? What happens to NYCFC when they don't have a striker? The defense gets compact, right? They kind of just stay in the middle and go try to get past us. And Montreal, of course, because they're a crappy team, are doing exactly that, right? They're like, try to break our defense down. And you don't have the players to go and like just get past defenders one-on-one, right? But you know who does have that ability? Talles Magno. Talles Magno could scare the defense into getting out of position, getting past a midfield defender or a center back, on the left wing. Like, you can keep Nico at the 9. So, like, I think it doesn't make sense. I think this was the right opportunity to have Talles Magno start. But I think that he loves to play the press. And one quality that Talles Magno doesn't have is to play the press. And I think he'd rather play his style of soccer / football versus allowing the most talented player to be on the pitch.
Yeah, and I think that's the conversation that needs to be had. Is talent more important than the system, or is the system more important than the talent? And I think, of course, it's like a middle line between that, but I feel like he's constantly choosing system over player.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, don't you need to evolve around the players you have?
Yes.
And if Talles Magno is one of your most gifted players, I get it. He's not going to go back defensively like you like. So then shift around. Have him at the 9 where he doesn't maybe have to do that. And I get it. He still might not press, but he doesn't have to track all the way back like Hannes Wolf does when he has to play.
Yes.
And then have Nico there because Nico's work rate is crazy.
Yes.
So I just feel like it's just a missed opportunity. Like, I don't know why. I don't know why he didn't do it. And it's just frustrating.
I mean, you answer the question because he wants to play his system. And I think that ties directly to Kean Parks. We've been talking about Kean Parks the past few weeks, and we've talked to Kean Parks and I've asked Ganson, why isn't Kean Parks starting more games? And he's saying, well, the conditioning's not 100% there. He has a bit of because of the injuries he's had in the past, we got to be creative with him. But when we ask Kean Parks, he always says, no, I'm 100%. I'm healthy.
Well, I will say the other day when I did talk to him, maybe 2-3 weeks ago, he was like, oh, my conditioning is still getting there after I pressed him a couple of times about it.
But didn't you recently ask him again? And he said, no, I'm good.
No, I didn't ask him again. But I somebody did ask, like, well, why didn't you get the start? He's like, I don't know. I was ready.
So I think it's because he also doesn't press. Like, Kean Parks press, but Kean Parks isn't the fastest guy in the world. And so I think Kean Parks maybe doesn't play as well as he does. I mean, if you think about it, this is the first season Pascal Janssen has had Kean Parks. Kean Parks went down early last season and he was still tinkering with things, right? And I think maybe Pascal Janssen system doesn't work as well for Kean Parks, and that's why we're seeing limited millions of Kean Parks too.
Another thing that I think Pascal Janssen mentioned was in training, he said that Kean Parks was having like basically too many mistakes, or he wasn't as like consistent, and he thinks it was because of his lack of conditioning. But that makes me think, if he's caring so much about training, we talk about practice. We talking about practice, but if he cares so much about training, if let's say Kean Parks and Talles Magno aren't the best in training, then he might in his head feel like they shouldn't be starting.
Yes.
But then at the end of the day, is he holding Kean Parks and Talles Magno and some of these other bigger guys to a different standard than some of these younger guys?
Yes.
Because like I just still don't get how Farnos could start over Talles Magno in that spot.
I completely agree. I think that was a big mistake.
This is not a knock on Farnos. Like, that's what I don't want to feel like I'm shitting on Farnos. It's just that at this point in his career, Talles Magno is still more gifted one-on-one. Like, we know what he can bring. And everybody, the thing that drives me crazy with the narrative of Talles, he's lazy. Which I will admit, he doesn't get back defensively as he should, especially when he gets subbed in and doesn't play as many minutes as the rest of the guys and still tired. But just try him for that first half. And if he looks too lazy or he looks gassed by the second half, you can always sub him. But let's see him with these guys. Let's see him shift around with Nico and see if he could play that 9. We haven't seen it.
Yes.
And I don't know what's a different conspiracy theory on why we didn't see Talles Magno out there.
Yeah.
So it's just frustrating.
I agree. I agree.
But that's not the only issue. Like,
also, I just want to point out real quick before we leave about Farnos, because we are not crapping on Farnos. He's young. But I like to point out the reason Farnos got a contract isn't because Farnos should be on the starting team. It's because they ran out of short-term contracts. There are no more. They were giving him like 2-day contracts to be on the starting team. So like it's not that Farnos should be getting tons of minutes on the starting team. It's like that was the only option to get him on the pitch for any minutes. And so I just want to clarify that too. So like comparing Farnos to Talles Magno is crazy. Talles Magno is our DP, still a DP on our team. And so I think it's something where,
but it's not that
crazy
it's not
to
that
ask.
crazy if Pascal's willing to say he's going to start over you.
No, I'm saying it is crazy. No, I'm saying it is crazy. Well, it's crazy for us to try to compare Farnos to Jansen. But what I am saying is that it is crazy that Magno, but that Jansen isn't starting Magno, who's a DP, over a person who's just signed just because of your short-term contracts is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I will say, and we talked a lot about the offense. I mean, we scored 4 goals against Cincinnati.
Yes.
We scored a goal against Charlotte. The offense isn't the only problem. I think the bigger problem is our back line. Like our back line is going through some shit right now.
Yes.
I think we're truly missing Justin Hack right now.
I know. And you kind of forget about it. You forget that, like, the crazy thing though is that, like, I look at Gustavo and I look at Kai Treywin and I don't go, they're so much less talented than Justin Hack. But I just think, like, mentally, Hack was somewhere where they aren't yet. You know what I mean? One, like, if we look at both of those guys playing center back, what do you see as, like, the weaknesses of them? And I'll go first because I asked the question. And is, like, one, I think Gustavo tries to play really aggressive, but then he's, like, way too far up. And you see that they, like, expose him and get the, pass the ball past them, and he can't go and save it. And then also, like, sometimes he gets a little too aggressive and tries to cut off the pass. And when he doesn't make it, the player's way past him.
Yeah.
And so, like, he becomes a, like, defensive liability, and it kills me. And then Kai Treywin is kind of like the exact opposite. Like, Treywin, he doesn't, like, when the defender's coming after him, he stays back versus trying to make the tackle. And so it's like both of them, and he's not, of course, as fast as Gustavo, but, like, both of them have, like, the exact different problem. And you keep switching it up, right? And so, like, how do you get Thiago Martins and Kevin O'Toole or between them to feel super comfortable when those guys have such completely different styles and it doesn't seem to, like, be consistent across games?
Yeah, and I think at one point you're gonna have to choose who that center back's gonna be. That's gonna be his parent. Like, think about great NYCFC teams and think about what our defensive line was. Chanot and Callens. It was just a staple. Like, you knew in that midfield on the defensive side, you were going to be fine on that end.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's what we're lacking right now. Like, Thiago Martins can't do it all by himself. And he's not had a tremendously great season on the end, but at least last season, we had a Justin Hack to cover some of that bases. And the problem with Treywin, if you look at that Charlotte goal, he got bulldozed. He is not as physical as Justin Hack. And they sold him as a replacement of Justin Hack. But we haven't seen that physicality yet. And then with Raul Gustavo, it's like he's so out of position so many times. Like when there's a cross being delivered into the there's a chance because these guys are not going to be in the spot they need to be at. It's really not good.
And I think that's kind of what happened with the tape, right? Like, the first 4 games, we were playing a super high line, right? Our, like, Thiago Martins, Gustavo were pretty much playing in midfield, right? And we were able to put so much pressure on them. And they were like, well, here's the liability, Gustavo and Kevin O'Toole. So let's just keep crossing it that way. And, they found our vulnerability. And now our back line is much further back than we were the first 4 games. And it's a problem.
Yeah. I don't know.
So I don't know, though. Like, honestly, I find Gustavo such a huge liability, man. And I know Kai Treywin is, like, he seems to be playing better in the midfield than he does as center back, but I rather him stay in center back versus.
But do you think this is a lack of just, like, time? Because if you think about it, Gustavo hasn't been here that long. Kai Treywin hasn't been here that long. Is it a lack of chemistry and, like, this could get better, or do you think, like, this is still, like, a long-term problem we're gonna have?
I think for Kai Treywin, it's a long-term problem. I mean, it's not a long-term problem. It's, like, still trying to get acclimated to MLS and trying to get acclimated to the team. I think Gustavo, man, I don't know. I always think back, like, am I being biased because he got us destroyed during
Miami.
Inter Miami game.
Even he was out of position, I think, that game.
He's always out of position.
No, I mean,
That's
they
the
played
problem.
him like at left back instead of, and then they had like Kevin O'Toole like in the midfield. It was like some crazy shit.
Yeah, but I just think Gustavo is just a huge liability, and I want to see more Kai Treywin in there, less Gustavo.
How much do you put the onus on Tavon Gray and Kevin O'Toole? Because
I mean, Tavon Gray's on the right. You notice they never play the game through the right.
Well, it's because we always push up through the left, so then we're vulnerable on the left hand side. You know what I mean? Like we always have Kevin O'Toole pull up, so of course they're gonna attack us the way that we're moving up because that's the best way too.
Yeah.
But I mean, I know we love Tavon Gray. Tavon Gray's frustrated, and he showed it on the field. He got a red card. That was 10 minutes left in the game, 15 minutes. That shouldn't happen, man. That really shouldn't happen. And Tavon should know better at this point. Like, now you can't play against DC United. We don't have another right back.
Well, and I think that ties to like what are the three big storylines, right? Lack of striker and offensive creativity. Second is the back line being tough. But I think number 3 is lack of depth. Like, if you think about it, there have been multiple players on this team that are playing terrible, but who else do you put in? Like, if you think about it, Kevin O'Toole, we touched on it a little bit. I think Kevin O'Toole is having a terrible game. Blue City Radio posted this a couple weeks ago, and it's made me aware of it, of how many negative passes he does. Like, he does not bring any positive passes towards the team. And like, why is Kevin O'Toole used to be like creative on offense, and we're not seeing that from him. But who are you going to put in? Cavallo? There's nowhere to compete with Kevin O'Toole, and I feel like not being able to compete allows these guys to maybe sometimes might be complacent. But Kevin
O'Toole didn't really have anybody last year to compete against him. What was his kid? This kid that was with us for like a minute, and then he went to Manchester City. I forgot his name. I think he was a left back.
Yeah. He wasn't here last season, though. Yeah, McFarland.
Yeah, but I think the Kevin O'Toole when it comes offensively, that whole left side's kind of a mess right now. And I think it's kind of a mess because Hannes Wolf, it's because we don't have a true number 9. I think it stems all from that. Because you don't have a true number 9, Nico then like overlaps into Hannes Wolf's side, and then they don't know where to move, and then it's always congested, and it feels like it doesn't feel coordinated. Like it doesn't feel like the chemistry we had the season before. And I just feel like it's because Alonso Martinez says, I'm always going to be in the middle, right near the box. You get me the ball there. So it gave freedom for Kevin O'Toole and Hannes Wolf to be creative with each other. Meanwhile, right now when Kevin O'Toole pushes up, Nico Fernandez is just there, and then Hannes Wolf is like trying to figure out where he's gonna go. So then he goes centrally, and then at that point, Ojeda gets the ball on the right, and nobody's in the box. It's like a mess.
Agreed.
It's a mess.
Agreed.
And like that's another reason why I'm like, why not have Taz Magno at the 9?
Yes.
I don't even know why we went back to offensive, but what I'm saying is you need that number 9 presence, and Nico isn't that. And Nico's great. He's still giving us the most amount of goals.
Yeah, second most goal scorer in the league right now.
He could win the Golden Boot.
Yes.
He's so imagine how bad we would be without him.
Yes,
we would be done.
Yes.
So it's not to knock on Nico, but I think it's really the other pieces around him are struggling because of it.
Yes. And I think what's really interesting too is kind of the game plan that we're going for offensively, which is like, how many times have we seen the teams, and this happened in Charlotte, crossing the box, crossing into the box. Bro, Nico Fernandez ain't 6'2". I like Nico. He doesn't got the aerial dynamics to it. So like, you're not playing in Talish Magno, and then you're just crossing into the box. And like it's just packed with the opponent players. It's a little bit of weird of a game plan.
But Ojeda's crossing the ball, but they're always low. They're never high. You get me? Like it's never an aerial duel. It's one that you just have to chip in.
I mean, and then no one's ever there.
Yeah, nobody's ever there. For me, Ojeda's doing the right thing.
Yes.
You know what's confusing to me? Pascal after that Charlotte game said, after the Montreal game said, Ojeda didn't have a great game. I didn't feel that way. Like the few chances that we did have, Ojeda was part of that. You know what I mean? Like crossing the ball. I get it. He didn't have his great performance like one-on-one against defenders.
Yeah.
But he did make those a couple passes that led to the only few opportunities that if we had a true number 9 there would have been dangerous.
Yes.
So I don't know. I'm upset. There is some positive stories.
So we're done. We're done talking negatively.
I mean, what else do you want?
Well, I guess one more thing. What are we gonna do about Tavon Gray? He's got a red card. Lack of depth. I just want to touch on that real quick.
Nico Cavallo's are right back after him. So Nico Cavallo, welcome to the big leagues, boy. He's played already, and he's already played, but he's the replacement for DC United.
I just want you to point out that Cavallo's a left back. It was Barrera who was on the right, and he
right.
Got a season-ending injury.
Oh shit, you are right.
Yes.
So then, Tana, baby.
bro, the Tana sub. I understand we were up 4-2. I understand there was 5 minutes left.
Oh, you're talking about Cincy?
But that Tana sub is, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. But whatever. We don't gotta focus on that.
No, but you actually make a great point. With Bayer being injured, I forgot that Nico Cavallo's left back. I thought he was right. Well, that's bad.
It is bad. It is bad.
Who are we gonna put there?
Well, the good thing is Tavon Gray can play on Wednesday.
Open Cup.
Because it's Open Cup. But like, I think we go. I guess we'll talk about it in the DC United game. I guess we go 3 in the back maybe, and we do. We should play all 3 of them: Treywin, Gustavo, Thiago.
Oh yeah, that's what you're gonna have to do.
And then maybe you. I don't know what you do for the wings.
Mess.
It's gonna be a mess.
Andres Perea makes his return. How nice was it to see?
It's nice to see him out there again, man. And I think he plays someone that's going to play Jansen's system well, right? Like he's box to box. If he gains his speed back, he's a fast guy. Like he plays the game that Jansen likes. And we have to think about how like important he was to our run at the end of last season before that injury. So I think having him back is great. I'm glad he was able to return. That injury looked so terrible, and that he's able to return the time that he has is crazy.
I know. I was kind of thinking that we never saw Alonso Martinez injury, but I would have thought Perea's injury looked so bad, like just to see that you would have thought it was like he was going to have a longer healing process than Alonso Martinez.
Yeah,
but I guess not.
But it's nice to see him out there. Get the Colombian flair back.
Yeah, but I would like to. You're right. I think that box to box player is exactly what I think we're going to be looking for Perea, and I think he's going to be utilized a lot more. So what that does to our midfield, how does that challenge the other guys? I think it's going to be difficult because now you have some tough decisions: Adon and O'Neal or Kean Parks, and I think if Perea is back to 100 in the next couple games, he's going to get some starts.
Yeah, agreed.
But it's a good thing to have, I think. It's definitely a good thing to have. And then Malachi Jones returns. He played in the Open Cup game, or did he?
I think he did, and then he played in Vancouver, right? He got a few minutes in Vancouver too. What's weird is we haven't seen him since.
No, he went because he's been playing with the Open NYCFC 2 team.
Oh yes,
yeah. So I think he's just getting his conditioning back. But it's really good to see Malachi.
I love seeing Malachi. I'm really hoping he gains his speed back. Like that was really the big thing, and you could tell that he's still a little
hesitant.
Yeah, not as explosive as he was in the past. I'm not watching the NYCFC 2 games, so it could have just been the games that he's playing here and MLS/Open Cup. But man, I really hope we get to see a big recovery. I think he would be huge for this team if we can get him to be like a mini Ojeda. I think that would be really cool.
Yeah, no, but he was playing the left, right?
No. When he got injured, he played the left. Yeah.
Dude,
played the right too.
He brought so much too. Like you forget for that little stint of time, he brought so much dynamics. Like the ball was flowing so well through him, man. Yeah. But he basically was Ojeda, but I felt like a better version of Ojeda. Like we have like this Ojeda, but which is a lot better than the years previous. But Malachi was just something a little more full. You know what I mean? Like kind of like a more rounded package.
I disagree.
That sounds weird.
No, I know what you're saying. I disagree though. I think Ojeda's really good. I think the game should be played more through Ojeda. I feel like we were the first few games of this when we were winning. the ball was always going towards the Ojeda side. And I feel now we're doing a lot less of that. Like you mentioned, we're driving through the left, and it's like, why? Ojeda has the explosiveness. Ojeda you could have the ability to cross it to him and let him make that backline vulnerable. And we don't play, I think, enough through him.
I think Ojeda's best to be played when we're counterattacking. But I don't like build up play and anything like that. I'm not relying on Ojeda.
But we got to counterattack more.
I mean, yeah, that'll be ideal. But what I'm saying is you can't rely him on build up play. Like, I feel like it's not going to flow. Like, I feel like if you're going to do that, go through the Hannes Wolf side of things. Because granted, Kevin O'Toole's not having a great year, but that's where we saw a lot of opportunities last season.
Yeah.
But Ojeda's great at counters.
No, he is.
But I feel like other than that, he's not.
I don't know. I've seen him. He's been able to get past one-on-one defenders. So I don't know 100% agree with your build-up play. That maybe build up like tiki-taka ball or whatever. But at the same time, we've seen him multiple times when the defenders are compact, that he's able to get past that one-on-one defender and at least try to get a pass inside the box. The problem is, like you mentioned, there's no one there, but he's getting past that first defender pretty consistently, which is something we've lacked for many years on this team, especially since GP left. That's my boy.
All right. Open Cup this Wednesday, bro.
Okay.
Big game. We can make history. Do you want to know why?
I want to know. I love history. Give me a history class.
NYCFC has never made it past the round of 16. So if we beat the Red Bulls, we'll be past the round of 16. And we've never beat the Red Bulls in an Open Cup game.
Really?
So 2 chances to make history right now. Pascal, right all your wrongs.
I have a question for you. If you had to choose win Saturday's game, but I don't really care for Saturday. I mean, I think I know what you'll choose if it was Saturday's game versus the Open Cup game. But choose this game to win against the Red Bulls versus the game we have 2 weeks from now. Which game do you prefer to win?
No, Open Cup. I've said it this whole year. I want NYCFC to win Open Cup this year. I think it's the most realistic cup they're going to win this year. With the team we have right now, that's the path you have to go. That's why I really, really, really want them to take this game serious.
Yes.
I don't want to see half the team have subs. And I don't think he is. I asked Pascal Jansen, and he's like, we're taking this tournament very serious. But I need to see the starters out there.
Well, the good thing is that the Red Bulls starting squad looks like a sub squad,
like an NYCFC 2 team.
Yes, they got nothing but 16-year-olds on that team, and it's kind of funny, the Red Bulls, because they started hot like us, and everyone's like, "Whoa, look at that coach, Bradley!" Right? Bradley's the coach. He's gonna go and he's taking all these young kids, and we're like, "Is that really sustainable? Have a bunch of 17-year-old kids trying to win games?" And since then, they have also been terrible. And so I think that's pretty interesting. And they, I think recently played a pretty, they played, like we're looking at here, they played Montreal and they lost 4-1.
And no, I know it's the battle of who's better, who's worse, us or that. At this point, we both lost to Montreal. At least we didn't get a beating like 4-1, but still not a good. Did they actually lost to Cincinnati too?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
We are.
And that was the other thing. They couldn't even score against Cincinnati. We scored 4 goals against Cincinnati.
And Cincinnati's backline is trash right now.
Bro, their players, they were already like 3 or 4 center backs back or like with injuries, and then the guy got injured right in the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
So like they have a terrible back line, which is why we were able to score 4 goals, and the Red Bulls couldn't even score 1. So like in that chance, even if our back line sucks, we should win this game if we start our starting team.
Yeah, which we better damn start.
We should. I agree with you. It's the only trophy we're probably going to win this season, so we should go ham for it.
Yeah, we should do everything. Yeah. At this point, like I'm also very concerned. I will say I'm very concerned about our regular season right now. Like if we're making the playoffs. You know why? And it's because if you look at us, we played almost the highest amount of home games already in the league so far, and we're like middle of like the amount of games we won at home. So like when these teams start, when we're on the road for 3 to 4 or 5 weeks, we're really going to be feeling it. And if we're struggling now at home, imagine when we're on the road. So I'm like a little worried that we're dropping all these points now, and then we're like not realizing it's going to come bite us in the ass later.
I will say MLS is very forgiving. You can be pretty much second to last place and make it to the playoffs.
Yes.
And Alonso Martinez is still injured and he's supposed to come back. Maybe we'll sign someone in the summer. Like, I still think we just have a lot of time to turn it around.
Okay. I'm just
maybe
saying.
we'll find a star in the World Cup and sign him real quick.
Do you know how many games Miami's played at home this year? How
No
many?
idea.
We played 6. How many do you think they played?
3.
Yeah, that's bad. Because they're already ahead of us, and they played 3 less home games than us. They might be a bad example because they drew all their 3 home games, but like that's bad.
But weren't we very good on the road last year?
I mean, I think we were very good compared to years prior, which
Yes.
isn't much to say. Oh, and we haven't even mentioned it. New York Soccer Journal said this is the worst start, the second worst start to the season in 10 games.
Since the first year of 2015.
Yeah, since 2015.
That's crazy.
That's bad.
That is bad.
It doesn't feel that way, which is, I don't know. I feel like, are we giving Pascal Janssen too much leeway? Like, are we like, have we kind of all been like, oh, we like you said, we were in this honeymoon stage,
Yes.
but are we all getting awakened and be like, this is not great?
I think this is not great. And I think he needs to turn it around. And I think what we're saying is you got to pick your most talented team and put them out there and maybe play less the system you want and more the players you have at this point.
Oof, nice.
Mic drop.
I'm
going home.
Do we if we lose against the Red Bulls, do we spiral? Like, this fan base is gonna lose. I'm gonna lose my shit. Like, does everybody spiral? Like, I think that's how important this game is. Like, I hate to say things are a must win, bro. If we don't beat the Red Bulls at this point, when we haven't won since March, this is gonna be some shit. Like, I just feel like the fan base is gonna boil over this.
I agree. I think this is a must win, and we should win. And if we don't win, I think there needs to be some type of repercussions. We should be pointing our finger and going, "Bad job, Janssen." I mean, I'm not ready to fire Janssen if we lose the games. I don't even know what the repercussions are, but I do think in general we should also. We haven't talked about it, but like, did the front office give him this guy? We talked about lack of depth. And like, should we be more concerned with the front office and say, guys, what the fuck did you guys do? You gave up Hack. You got Traywin. We're realizing that's not working. You knew Alonso was out for this long, and you didn't do anything to supplement it. And this is like a sensitive topic, but like, Nico isn't good as a striker. He's doing well because he's such a good player, and so he just is succeeding, but not succeeding because he's in the best place. He's succeeding because he's such a talented player, and really, he should be playing the 10.
You're wilding with that,
bro. He should be playing.
He
the
should
10,
be playing the wings, but like with the flexibility to move. Like, you could have like kind of like 2 10s at that point with Maxi, and that's kind of what they're doing now. He's not even really playing a 9. That's the whole thing. He's playing like a false 9. That's why
he's
we never
playing
have
a false 9 because he's so far back, bro. Sometimes I'm like, wait, is it that Kevin O'Toole's guy? And he's out there defending for Kevin O'Toole.
Yeah.
They're too far back.
It's crazy. What's the scoreline you think against the Red Bulls?
I think the Red Bulls are so basic ass Red Bulls. They're gonna press super hard. You just gotta make sure to withstand the press for like 30 minutes till they get tired, and then you score 1,000 points on them. So I think we win 3-0.
Does Talus Magno get the start?
Hannes, we've confirmed Hannes Wolf is not playing.
Yes. Hannes Wolf is not playing against
Hannes Wolf.
Hannes.
That's the whitest version of that.
Hannes Wolf.
I should be talking. I can't say Wolf, but
yeah. So he's not playing.
Hannes isn't starting, or isn't playing.
So
I think you gotta start Talish, bro. Because you think about it too. Who's the best at probably getting rid?
No, you know
the
what?
press.
You know why he's gonna start Talus? because he's gonna have 7 subs in the game. Like he's gonna have 7 backups in the game instead of taking this tournament serious.
That's true. That is
If that's the case, you're gonna see Tyler Magno.
he's got to start the
and then
starting
he'll play
squad.
him at the 10 instead of the 9, like he did against Westchester.
He's got to play him. He's got to play a starting lineup. I want to see the entire starting lineup up there. And Tavon Gray's got to put in minutes because he's not playing on Saturday, so he's got a long rest period.
Word up, bro. But
Sunday, actually.
But does Pascal Janssen send a message to Tavon Gray? Like this is like if you're not performing and you do something dumb like that, where that was clearly a frustration foul. That he knew better not to do that.
Yes.
Do you send a message and say you didn't do what you were supposed to? We're gonna bench you this game.
No, we're trying to win this. This is our chance at a cup.
But I can see him doing that. Can you not see Pascal being like, no, you didn't reach the expectations that we set as a club?
Do I see that? Yes. There are times you got to make an exception. And when we were trying to win a trophy, you play your best team.
Okay.
And I think in this game, you know what? It's crazy that I'm going to say this. I would rather start Gustavo than Treywin at center back.
What's the logic there?
Because Gustavo, what do the Red Bulls love to do? They love to press. Gustavo's, bro, we saw Gustavo. My man got a little Talus Magno on his feet. You think the press is going to scare Talus Magno?
Open cup,
no, but in general, I think he's decently offensively. I don't think he's scared of the press. And I think between him and Thiago Martins and the midfield, they can get past that press and tire him out. And so I just think Talus Magno, I think he'll be solid. I'm sorry, not Talus Magno. Gustavo.
Nah, I think you still try to trade one. You're wilding with that one.
Then and you start Kean Parks in the midfield with Aiden O'Neill?
I'll keep it the same.
The same as what?
As last game.
Kean Parks didn't start last game.
Kean Parks started last game.
Did he?
Yeah, he started with Aiden O'Neill.
Oh, okay.
All right, DC United. We got a lot of games. Yeah, I want to go to that game with the family.
Oh, we do. We're gonna.
It's gonna be Marvel night.
I think it's superhero night.
I think it's Marvels specifically.
Is it?
You probably
we out 3 p.m. That's a family game. We bring in the fam.
Yeah, we out. Are you gonna dress up? I want to dress up like a superhero.
Did they tell you to dress up?
No, I don't know what they told me to do.
Was that like part of the thing? Or you just decided?
If you're having a superhero night, why wouldn't you wear a superhero costume?
That's a valid point. What are you gonna dress up as?
Spider-Man.
I'm mad basic. Don't we already have a Spider-Man in the supporter section?
I know. I want to get a pic with him. We're gonna be what's the one? All the Spider-Mans, they come together.
You're gonna do the pointy
into
thing?
The universe.
Cool.
Yeah. We could finally do the meme in real life.
That would be kind of fun.
And then replace our faces with Nick Cushing and Pascal
Spider-Man. What's your Spider-Man?
Miles.
You ain't black.
I'm Hispanic, bro.
He's Puerto Rican.
My wife's Puerto Rican. My daughter is gonna be Gwen.
Oh, really?
I think so. I haven't told her yet. She is hyped to meet Sky, though.
That's gonna be cool. Oh, talking about that, I didn't even get to put up the Sky sticker.
You got a sticker for Sky?
No, the Sky sticker.
Oh well, we don't. No, keep going.
Okay, whatever. We'll talk about that later.
We got to know. Say it.
Yeah. When we were at the Westchester SC game, we ended up just sitting next to one of the sales reps, whose name I should have remembered and I didn't remember. And he got a sticker. Oh, he said that they were giving away these at the office. Yeah, actually, can you go to the shot because the sticker's fire? Look at the sticker, guys. That sticker. Oh, it's so blurry.
Move it closer to here, bro. Move it back. There you go, darling, New York.
At I mean, it's not a sticker. It's actually cardboard. I tried to put it on the laptop, and I couldn't.
He might just be an idiot.
But it could be me. But appreciate the sticker. This is straight fire. And Sky's a superstar, bro.
Yeah, Sky's fun, bro. I heard him hyping up the crowd in City Field. It was like section 100 or some shit like that. But they were lit. They were loud as hell. So that was fun.
Bro, he looks so funny when they do the Pledge of Allegiance. Or not the national anthem. He takes off his hat.
Yo, I told you. The hat doesn't... Is it without him without a hat? He's got the
Cornball.
baldy, bro. They should have gave him a little hair, bro.
Pigeons don't have hairs, bro. I keep telling you that.
He needed something,
You
bro.
want him to be half rooster just so he looks different.
He's one
without
of
the
those
hat.
guys that like he got the beard, he looks fresh as hell with his Yankee fit in, but then you take it off, you're like, damn, bro, you just lost all your swag, bro.
That's straight facts, bro.
All right, DC United must win. Nah, they're all must win. Main people we got to worry about is Ty Baribo.
6 goals this season.
He was a beast for Philly last year.
He had a hat trick. What, just last game?
I think so.
He's a beast.
And we're dealing with our former ex that I don't even know why it doesn't even feel like it matters anymore. He was so like long ago. Sean Johnson.
I think the problem is, you know, when like the new girlfriend is just so much hotter and you're just like, who? And then you like back then you think she was so hot and then you're like almost embarrassed to talk about that ex now.
Yo, but
that's Sean Johnson with Matt Freeze.
But bro, she was a core memory.
She was.
She took your virginity. Your first ring.
Our first ring is Sean
And
Johnson.
It just still doesn't feel like anything.
No.
Why?
It's also been a long time. You're over it. I mean, I'm past the snake phase. No,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, now can we just be friends?
Yeah,
But also,
yeah.
like, Matt Freeze is so good.
Yeah, like when we look back, when the Matt Freeze era is over, I feel like we're gonna talk about, man, I wish we had Matt Freeze again. We're not gonna. I don't think we're ever gonna feel that way about Sean Johnson.
Nah, I mean, if we're struggling, I think we'd like if we then run into a goalkeeper who's not performing like the way Matt Freeze or Sean Johnson, because you got to think about it. Sean Johnson held us down for so long too, so it's like it's kind of we've been lucky in that sense where like we went from one goalkeeper to the next, and it was just it got even better.
I mean, you forgot about Barasa in the middle of that, but yeah.
I mean, Barasa had a couple games, and then he had like half the season. He had half the
he
season.
was starter for like an entire season.
No, it
bro.
wasn't the entire season. It was half the season.
Bro, we were defending Barasa for an entire season. I don't know what you're talking
for
about.
half a season, and then he put in Matt Freeze, and then
Okay.
we realized we were idiots.
So, but DC United sucks. I think they're 10th, 11th place. They're 3-4. They got Sean Johnson, they got Ty Baribo. But I think it's a game where we should be able to win, right? I think it's the same. I think the problem is that the team, the other opponents now know the game plan. When you stay compact and they don't have a striker, what are you going to do? So where do we find the goals? Who gives us the goals?
Yeah. Taos Magno.
I mean, Nico Fernandez has 8 goals, so it should come from Nico Fernandez. But and Ojeda, I just think they got to figure out how to work a little better together. And,
But also our
you know,
midfielders also have to bring a little bit of a threat. That's one thing you got to remember. Perea was taking shots from the outside. Kean Parks last year was taking shots from the outside. So it's like when we get on that midfield, we're not taking any like outside of the box. That is not those 3 positions. Nobody's taking shots.
Yeah,
Go for it.
yeah.
Take those shots.
I agree. I think Aiden O'Neill's starting to be a little bit more, and he did have some pretty nice passes the past couple of games to set up some shots.
Oh yeah, he had a beauty to take to Ojeda.
Yeah, so I think Aiden. I think you're right though. Maybe Aiden O'Neill, the midfield, needs to be a little bit more assertive and take more shots.
Yeah. The one thing I would say is DC United, they scored 7 goals in their last 2 matches, and before that they didn't score any, so they're on a little hot streak, and we know Ty Baribo can score, and with our defensive line problems, I'm a little concerned. And we're playing a game midweek, and I don't think DC United has a midweek game, so
they're not in
Open Cup. So we're gonna be pretty tired, and this is when it goes to okay, then do you heavily rotate the squad? I guess in your opinion,
they did play actually. Did they lose?
Oh yeah, they got eliminated by
one knocks. Yo, bro, if we lose to a team that lost against a USL team, that's gonna look real bad.
But we're gonna be depleted, is what I'm saying. So it's gonna be one of these games have to be heavily rotated, and I think it should be the DC United game.
Yeah, I agree.
I doubt they will do that, but we'll see.
We'll see.
All right, I'm tired.
Me too. It's late.
Madly.
And we haven't done. We don't got the stamina we have from being
Bro,
consistent.
we're like Keaton Parks right now. We need better conditioning. I'm like out of breath.
Yo, I couldn't remember the shirt I wore last. I'm pretty sure I wore the same shirt I wore last time we recorded this pod.
We're a mess,
We
bro.
are a mess, but we'll be there. Not advanced. Oh no, we're gonna be at the game.
Yes.
And we'll also be just chilling.
If you see us, stop us for stickers, and
Yes.
let's all have a drink.
Yeah,
And let's
do it.
celebrate 2 wins this week, please.
Please.